Welcome, 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 welcome. Good to be back. It is Monday and the charts are dumping. The full moon bamboozled us. We were looking for about a 2-week turnaround, as we tend to see between moon cycles, and not in the cards right now. Bitcoin trading lower on all accounts, down, hitting the $60,000 mark. People are panicking. Mt. Gox FUD everywhere. Is it time to freak out and sell? You know my answer, but we're going to go through some charts today. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look where we expect Bitcoin to bounce, if not just locally, but maybe a real bottom. I'm going to share that with you as we go on. We also have a market update from the man, Papi. Love you, Papi. Throw that link out somewhere. I had a lot of trouble getting this stream started. It was a bit of a hassle, actually. I don't know. Apparently, when the candles are red, the streaming software enjoys trolling me. So, is what it is. You guys should follow Mr. Papi. He's an awesome article writer. We'll get into that in just a minute. I'll share the link in the live. By the way, if you are seeing a very thin, very tall stream, we have the short stream up today. Join us over on the main one. Unless you're on a phone and you're enjoying that, stay over there. But the main one, we got a lot more viewers, a lot more chat. Good to see so many people tuning back in, and I see why. For the last 2 weeks, we've seen a bleed down, sideways down, low volatility. And finally today on Monday, kind of releasing that pressure hatch, seeing Bitcoin break below our higher low in May after failing to hit a new all-time high. Not the most bullish setup, I'm not going to lie. The whole world was looking for an inverse head and shoulders, and that is still in play. And I can show you what that will look like here, how it's still valid, and where it will be invalidated. We're going to go look for the targets down below. We're going to try to stay bullish today. I'm always bullish. However, price sometimes does not agree with my bullish sentiment. We live on. We live on. If you're here today, guys, please smash the like button, tap the screen, subscribe, all of those goodies. Engage with the live stream. Send us messages. Let us know what you're thinking about. Share your thoughts. We'd like to hear them. So let's jump into some content. Let's get in there. Let's zoom out again. Always getting that perspective on the higher time frames. Our quarterly candle coming to a close in just 6 days, and it is uglier than it was. I'll say that. Looking a little uglier, less of a bottom wick, showing less buying demand, less bullish price action happening in this quarter. But with 6 days, there is time for that to change. And at the moment, we're not really anywhere too scary. I shared my live trades with you guys every step of the way, and I'll update you on that as well. Let me get rid of this for a minute. Boom. And finally hit the first long target to the downside after closing up. So this is why I'm not too scared here. On the quarterly, our highest quarterly close is all the way back in 2021, Q1, minus last quarter, of course. This retracement here looking okay above 58.5. You can see this clear resistance broken, now potentially being tested as support. So a quarterly close above 58.2. I'm feeling okay about it. Below there, things are going to be a little uglier, a little bit more downside probably expected, maybe a little more selling momentum than we predicted. But at the moment, we're okay. We're okay. I'm not saying it's awesome, but we're okay for now. This is still very much in the healthy retracement category. In fact, you look back to Bitcoin's history, and this retracement really kind of small comparatively to previous bull runs. We've seen about a 25% drawdown, 25, 23, 25% drawdown. In the past, we have seen much larger and remained in a bullish trend, upwards of like 50% many years ago. That does seem to be kind of tightening, as in the last bull market, we had similar retracements to this, and it does seem like they're getting a little bit weaker. So keeping an eye absolutely on the quarterly. In fact, I'll throw up another alert here. 58,250. Now let's go down to the month that will be wrapping up here shortly. Not in great condition, as we can see. March, beautiful highs, beautiful bullish energy, and it does seem to have fizzled out here a little bit. Maybe taking a summer lull. So for this month, we obviously want to respect the quarterly, as that will be closing in just 6 days, but the month itself also closing, and I'm going to have a higher target for June's close, 60.6. Not that far from our 58.5 on the quarter, but I'd like to see this settle up not in a bearish engulf. If it does, but manages to hold 58.5, I think we're okay. I think that is likely a sign of this summer is going to be like almost every summer before it in crypto. Boring, painful, not exciting, not great. But above 60.6, things are looking better, much better. And in the outlier that we see trading above 67, 68, getting rid of that red candle would be ideal, but my hopes are not very high for this at this point. Not a lot of time left, but certainly enough time for almost anything to happen here. Let's go down to the week. After we get through the corn, which I'm going to do kind of a shorter run through, we're going to do our market update because we have a new format market update that I'm very excited to go over. I didn't have tons of time to go over it before the stream because of all the crazy stuff happening, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. On the week is now trading at a lower point than it has closed since March's run up. Closing the week here at the exact same time as the month and the quarterly, really similar targets. As we get closer in these time frames, going from the quarterly to the month to the week, that price point that we want to hold is kind of inching up on us. It's not huge changes, but here on the week, you look and see, okay, your lowest close, 61.5. That's a little bit higher than 60.6, obviously higher than 58.8. So they are kind of inching up, and it wouldn't be surprising actually to see this on the day as well. However, let's take a few more different perspectives on the week. Closed last week below the 20. Not a great sign, below the Bollinger Bands. Our low band sits at 53, 54, right around that weekly order block where we're looking for support potentially if this sell-off continues. That's definitely below the targets that we're hoping for over the next 6 days, but there is a good logical reason to expect some kind of bounce off the bottom band here if we hit it at 54. I would put my target just back to the 20 weekly or middle band at 64.7. There's probably a scalp play available there for the right trader. Sweep the lows, bounce back up. It's probably like a 50% retracement and see what happens there. That's the honest take on the week. Bollinger Band's given us good perspective, but also the Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud still green, no change in the winds quite yet. What we do have is a close below the TK, the green line, and below us sits our Kaijun, the purple line. This is at 56.1, and absolutely we'll be looking for a bounce if price reaches down there. Ichimoku cloud is basically telling us this is where we have to hold on a weekly time frame to keep this trend intact. That is 55.9. There's a lot of kind of overlapping values, a lot of similar, close together price levels. Hopefully one of them holds a support. I think it will. But what this gives me as a trader is something to maybe plan around. Going long right now could work out. It could. But it might make more sense to take the foot off the gas pedal for a little bit, wait and see where the market kind of ends up here. Let the market come to you. Don't chase it down or up. That is always my motto. I know you guys do a good job at that. But weekly, right there, man. What about Lux? Or we're gonna look at like LuxAlgo, Marketcipher B, Marketcipher B, money flow rolling over. That's not great. The weekly continues to show us some weakness on the weekly. MACD, which we've been following, same thing, increasing selling momentum. Not the best. Not the best. It is going to be interesting when this quarterly rolls over. I think that we'll see. At least if this sell-off is continuing over the next 6 days, at least I think we'll just see it kind of chill out for a while. That's my prediction. On to the day here, let's find out. Daily, yep, right there, like we said, May 11th low. It does seem to have calmed down, likely because we went live. Usually when we go live, the price action chills out for a little bit and couldn't have made the timing better, it seems, at this point. Nice. Very nice. Daily, same thing. Really just in the muck here. Our indicators at the bottom, our oscillators unable to find that momentum back to the upside quite yet. But I am honestly not hating this. This little bleed down. Now we have a rip. We do tend to see local bottoms appear here at these price points when you have the kind of controlled sell-off into the expanded volatility, more intense sell-off A lot of the time, you end up with some kind of bottom that bounces. So I'm not hating that either. Ripping the Band-Aid off here. Man. Oh, that's the week again. Let me bring this to the day chart. Yeah, yikes. Yikes. Bollinger Bands on the day, man. That is really rough. Moving farther and farther away from the 20, following that band to the downside. When is this going to pick up? RSI on the day, extremely oversold. In fact, so oversold, we haven't seen anything like this year. We see RSI all the way down at 26. We can see with our previous lows in 2024, though price has not moved lower, RSI all the way down, giving us a signal of bullish divergence, or perhaps a foreshadowing of bullish divergence. Not quite at historically oversold levels, but for the year, we are at the lowest point on RSI. This is the relative strongest sell-off that we have seen since 2023. Not great. Not what I was hoping for. Let's see. So we could be looking for bullish divergence here, but let's go to kind of the charts we had looking at over the last few weeks. There we go. We did have the best short, apparently now in hindsight, back on the 20th of June. Looking for a back test, I believe that was of the 50 daily moving average. We had lost it just a day or two before. There it is. A day or two before we had lost it. We looked for that back test and we said, this may be a place to look to head short. If you're bearish, to maybe take a longer position and look to close it basically back above the 50. This is so far aging very well. I wish it didn't, but it's aging very well here. Down about $6,000 on the BTC price since that short. I told you guys I was going to do this, and so that's what I did. I look to rescale into my longs that I closed after we start selling off. I think I took some profit here at 66, probably some again at 64, something like that. Looking to scale back in personally at 61.5 and again at 58.2, maybe a little bit lower. We'll see what happens there. But those are where I'm going to look to add. I haven't picked where I'd like to stop below that, and I probably should do that actually. This should be my homework for today. But real brief, we're about to jump into the market update. Let me pull this up. Here you go. My positions have changed slightly. That 61.5 order filled, and that's still leaving me slightly net short. I'm not super comfortable with this position at the moment. I'm really just kind of waiting and seeing. If we continue to see this rip down, I may end up kind of chicken playing my limit long order down lower. I don't know. Flying by the seats of my bootstraps. I didn't expect to see this kind of a sell-off, honestly. I thought we were going for a higher low around that maybe 64, 65 area. Got to adapt. That's what good trading's about. But there's the update on the trades. Not a lot of change. It just filled that 0.5 order. Shorts in good condition, up about 100%. Long now down 36%, but still ever so slightly net short on it. So hopefully you guys are in better positions than I am. So I want to go through Papi's update here. We're not going to do it in the typical fashion. I highly recommend you go check this article out. Follow him on Twitter. Here's the link in the live. I'll put it into the video description at the end of the live. But for now, we're going to do it this way because I didn't have enough time to really go through it. There's so much stuff that popped up. So essentially, there are three main talking points here. Mt. Gox's distribution and Germany. Both have been sources of FUD lately. I know we're feeling it. And I know that Mt. Gox FUD is really hitting hard today, which is building a little confidence for me in this sell-off. When we have these scary moves combined with the scary news, a lot of the time we tend to see the trend reverse, at least temporarily, maybe into the week, maybe into Friday. But the potential market impacts, I believe, are overblown, and so does Papi. Mt. Gox's Bitcoin distribution will be gradual, even if it ever begins. Guys, we have been hearing this same story for almost 10 years now. This has been the white whale or the boy who cried wolf. Constantly, Mt. Gox is about to dump, constantly. And so far, it hasn't happened. I'll believe it when I see it. Time will tell. Germany's Bitcoin sales at max would only be 12% of the daily Bitcoin volume, which I think should be considered heavily. That is a lot, though in comparison to the daily volume, it isn't so destructive. This is great. Maybe it's a symptom of the ETFs. Our volumes being up has really built some insulation to these doomy scenarios that Bitcoin has been flirting with over the last few years. This type of news consistently makes social media headlines at the lows, writes Papi, as human psychology feels the need to seek out and attribute negative price action to something tangible, a news, an event, something along those lines. And I know you guys are feeling it today. We probably have new viewers tuning in right now who are experiencing this, reading these headlines, seeing the red candles and panicking and thinking, this is the end. This is it. I've made a mistake. My advice to you today, guys, is take a breath, disconnect from the charts if you have to. It's not the end of the world. This is not the worst. We have made it through much worse, and we'll make it through this as well together. So Bitcoin supply and market structure. Despite recent fluctuations, the Bitcoin supply on exchanges continues to decrease. And this is kind of just what I keep repeating to myself as we see these red candles. There's less and less Bitcoin available. The bleeding will stop eventually, and it will. And it will. Continues to trend down. The current price is now testing the bull market support band, though it may be a little bit below there now at this point. A critical juncture for potential upward or reversal movements on our chart. It's also retesting its short-term Bitcoin holders cost basis. Here's the, we've gone below. We've gone below. I think actually what would make sense is really in alignment with the analysis we did earlier, looking for a stronger weekly close. That week close, Sunday is such a big day for Bitcoin. It's the weekly close, the monthly close, the quarterly close, a lot of big time frames settling up here. And that is when we tend to see kind of surprising price action. Keep your eyes peeled over the next 6 days. There's some confluence of support around this level, of course. A bunch of other stuff. Let's talk macroeconomics. The declining US dollar index might relieve pressure from the Japanese yen. Well, the dollar index has been climbing pretty steadily. So maybe what we'd be looking for is a relief from the strength that the dollar has shown, and a great time to look for reversal on that's going to be that quarterly close. A lot of markets are going to rotate, adjust, shift, etc. It's a good time for something to come save us. A declining dollar could potentially stabilize crypto markets, and however, volatility is still likely to be present in the days to come as the yen struggles to maintain its value against the US dollar at the end of its rate cycle. While this may produce some short-term upside for the dollar, I believe, and so does Papi, that long-term, this is not super bullish for the dollar. This is the short-term holders realized price. Basically, we are tapping it slightly below it now at 60. I think that short-term holders realized price is around 63, 64,000. All right, we got through this. This was great, Papi. This was a great setup, a great way to do this. I appreciate you, man. Go follow him. Great guy. Contributor to our community. Love Mr. Papi. Great dude. Check him out. Oh, look, there we are. All right. What's next? What is up on the queue? Let me see. I'm going to do some low time frames. Let me pull up the chats here. Let me see who is here. By the way, another reminder, if you are seeing a very thin, tall stream, you're on the mobile stream. Join us over on the main one. I'll put the link over there, though. I don't think you can actually click it. I don't think you can click links on the vertical streams. If you can't, just navigate to our channel page and you'll see the main stream up as well. More viewers. Jump in. You're scared, Dad? It's okay to be scared, fam. I see you, Mark M. If you are here today, whether you are here every day or it's your first time here, let me know. I want to see who's here. I want to see what you guys are feeling. Are you feeling pain? Are you feeling pressure from this? Are you feeling the urgency to sell? Or are you feeling just fine? Are you DCAing, being a Chad, having no issues? I want to know what the chat's up to. People I see here already. A1, Abdi Liban, Ace of Hearts, Ahmed Nawawi, Black Hog, Caffeinated Crypto, Coca-Cola, Crypto Character, Dan Dakins. What's up, Christopher? I see you. Donkey Dan Dutang, the Crypto Surfer. I see you changed your name, brother. Brengar, what's up, bro? Ace of Hearts. I don't know if I got you, but I'll get you again. Anthony. Easy Rider. Donato Cabrera, one of my favorite names to say all the time. What's up, Davey Tin? Emmanuel C, Gabe Holm, G-Man, GRT, What Hype, Imad, Akhtar, it's Autopilot. How you doing, brother? Jahid, what's up, Joe? I see you. Justin Irwin, Ahmad, Kato, Carol, Klaus, Chris, Lars, Levy, Line in My Pocket, M. Salim, Marco, Matthew Barnes, my guy. How are you? GM. Malgi Games, another one of our valued team members here at Crown Crypto. Give her a follow on Twitter as well. Mies Cat, Mr. Blank, Mr. T Crypto, Mr. Days, Mr. Twan, Netstar, Nova King Obed, Oh No Y2K, One with Nature, Patrick Power. It's so hard. The list keeps populating as I yell them out. What's up, Denver? Wet Elbow. Wet Elbow. Patrick Power, Poncho Villa, Aura Lee. How you doing, Aura? Psychedelic Astronaut, Rexation 101, Ricardo, Ruval Kaba, Ringo Rice, R Lake, holy crap, Robert Liu, Roro Crypto, RS Canor, Rui Miguel, Sajas, Sensi, Silent, Smash Toshi. Jesus, there's so many people here. Holy crap, boys. All right. Let me see if I can get through this list, though. Tekken Crypto, Pickle, my guy, my right-hand man, the Doberman guy, Tillin, To the Moon, Trite, Troublesome, Wick is here. You keep changing your name, Wick. Think Outside is back to probably spam something. I feel like that's what you're here for. What's up, Bina, over there on the vertical stream? Join us on the main one. Vote in the polls, yes. Make sure to keep engaging with the streams, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, and vote in the poll. Send messages in the chat. Waiting to buy the bottom? Where's the bottom at, Julio? Tell us. What's up, Smooth Tom? Yeah, that's right. It's finally not 100 degrees here. Today it's a little chiller. I'm enjoying it. Feels good. You kept your #1 ranking on Theta. Yes, you did. You did. I see you, Crypto Character. Crypto Character tipped me back when we were streaming on Theta some T-Fuel, and I think it ended up being a lot of money. I appreciate you, my friend. Let's go, T-Bone. How you doing? Maddox, Rio, Cherry City Bullies, 58K. Guys, are we going to 58K or lower? We're going lower than 58. Alan Jimnia. What's up, bruh? 57K says Ahmad. Ooh, we're just going to like bid down. Is that what we're doing? 54K. Nothing to spam. All right, fair enough. You agree with Crypto Jeb. 52.5. Is that what Jeb's going for? I can see that. I can see that. Tom, the last 2-month candle closes a gravestone doji. A major warning sign. The current 2-month candle looks ominous. Thoughts? It looks ominous. You're right. It looks ominous. Really no other way to cut it. We have, yeah, that's ugly. We still have 6 days to go. I guess, geez, this is like the ultra day of the year. So we have the 3-month close, the 2-month close, the 1-month close, the weekly close. All in 6 days, 7 hours. I would expect some spice. I think we're going to get some spice in that time. 2-month didn't break a higher high. That's not good. We hit a lower low. Also not good. Candle body looking to close about the same. Yeah, ominous, dude. Not good. Not good. I wouldn't count any of these big time frames closed until they close. I wouldn't get wrapped up in what the 2-month looks like or what the 3-month looks like until we see June come to an end. It is highly probable that we get unexpected price action between then and now. I would love to promise you that it's up. I can't do that. Nobody knows. But when we have these big time frames closing together, we almost always see some kind of mix up in the last, we'll say 48 hours, 28 hours, something, kind of catching people off sides. So I wouldn't count the candles cooked quite yet, but it does not look great. What's up, 𝐂𝐴𝐺? Summer sucks. Crypto summers do tend to suck, guys. If this is your first one, I feel for you. I feel it. Because dang, it's savage. Savage. By the way, shout out to our sponsors, LuxAlgo, the #1 indicator company in all the land. If you use my link, you will get a risk-free 1-month trial. So you got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. They make hundreds of indicators. They have hundreds of free ones, but the premium ones are some really solid sauce. So check them out. Claim your free trial. Same thing with meta signals. They are, in my opinion, the best algorithmic trading signal program. I'll call it a program. You can get a 2-week free trial using my link. So check it out. There we go. Shill's out of the way. We'll do more later, but I don't feel shilly right now. For alts, yeah, alts not doing so hot. Justin Heagy, sideways summer. I like your optimism. Justin's got the right mindset, guys. People say, I don't have enough Bitcoin. I don't have enough coins. I didn't have enough time. And if you're not saying it now, you will say it once price goes nuts. When price moves 100% in a day, you're going to think, I should have bought more of whatever. For me, that's always Bitcoin. But if we do have a sideways summer, that might give you an opportunity. If you're new in this space, you might get a very rare, very valuable opportunity that you won't be able to identify until it's past. I promise you. I feel that way every time Bitcoin goes up. It's like, I should have thrown in more money. I should have. Sometimes you get rare occasions where it gives you that opportunity. Take advantage of it. Ooh, we're dumping. Take advantage of it, but make sure you're doing it in a safe way, in a proper way. Not all in. Don't use money that you can't afford to lose. You know the deal, guys. Slow and steady wins this race. It's funny how every cycle people reject that. They think, I'm going to get rich quick. Slow and steady always wins. Move slow. That's my best advice to you. Fire sale. Duke, you enjoying the fire sale? I'm enjoying the fire sale. Actually, I don't know. I'm not really enjoying it. I don't feel really passionately either way. My honest take is Bitcoin very well could break the low and go lower, right? I think that's almost what everyone's looking for now. If it does, I still need to see much lower prices to actually care. If we hit like 30K, I'll probably make some big buy orders. But if we're just chilling up here in the 50s, I'm not that interested in it. We were just here earlier this year after spending how long below it? 1,000, 1,300 days. I'm pretty happy. We didn't get to spend much time up here in the 60s. This is not a big deal to me. Not a big deal. Let me look at these low time frames and let me get back to the chat. 1 minute looks pretty crappy. Pretty crap. Let's do some bottom up analysis. Usually we do top down. 1 minute looking not spicy. Well, looking spicy, but not green. Money flow hitting lower lows. RSI, let's see what this is telling us. RSI smashed to the bottom. Finding resistance. It's not really resistance, but what other word do we use? Rejecting from the 50 RSI mark. Holding those lows down. That is not an uptrend. That is not what an uptrend looks like on RSI. If we invert this, that's what an uptrend looks like on RSI. You want it overbought and you want it to keep hitting overbought. Unfortunately, on the 1 minute, we're seeing the opposite. So not a lot of strength there. Let's go to the 5. Some bullish divergence on the 5 minute here. You have a lower low in price, but your RSI not hitting those lower lows. MACD not hitting those lower lows at the moment. Not yet. 5 minute, kind of similar to the 1. Not a lot of goodies going on here. Not a lot of upside suggestions, I'll call it. 10 minute, same as 5. Same as the 5. Same thing, just red. Red money flow across the space. Let's go to the 30. Very similar, but not quite as bearish as maybe those 5-10 minutes. We have low money flow, but we can kind of see that momentum maybe taking a breather here. Trading sideways on the money flow, giving us still the bearish signal, but not quite as bad. 45 minute, absolute garbage. Holy crap, lower lows, momentum floored. Today is going to be a spooky day. It's going to be a spooky day. But, you know, we really haven't had any spooky days, so maybe it's needed. The hourly, nothing good. 2 hour, man. Yikes. Not a lot of hopium. Not a lot of hopium today. 4 hour floored still. Dude, what is... Professor Beads, your hair is just orbiting around me. I run like a air purifier all the time. Just she produces so much hair. 12 hour down. Yikes. Well, not a lot of hopium for you guys. Not a lot of hopium on those time frames. The hopium really does lie in the quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, whatever, close on the 30th in 6 days, 7 hours. That is where my hopium lies. I've seen this setup before in crypto, and I've seen it play out with very surprising price action into these big closes. So that's where my hopium sits today. That is it. Let's clean this up and let's see if there's anything I missed here. It's very easy to kind of glance over and miss things on charts when you stare at the same chart all day, every day. Today's candle blasting underneath the 618 retracement from May's low to June's high. Our 786 sits just below 60K. Haven't quite tagged it there, 59.5. And of course, our range low from May, 56.5. Let me do some bigger analysis because people want to know where it might bottom out. Mind you, no one knows where it will bottom out, but we can find levels that have high probability, higher probability than just guessing. So let's throw our fib all the way down from 23 start to the high in March. Let's just bask in it for a second. Bask in it. We can see here at our shallow retracement. So to put this in perspective, if you look at this as one trend, we haven't even begun to retrace. Retracement begins at the 236 level, and that would be at 51,000. Kind of a weird way to look at it. I bet you're not feeling that way today. But retracement hasn't begun on the major trend. So whatever we're looking at now is a retracement from a smaller trend or from this local price action. That is a good way to look at it, actually. 51K is when we can say it's begun to retrace. Our 382 sits at 40,000. That's right underneath ETF lows. I don't think we get there. Do you guys think that we'll hit 40K? I don't personally. But if you do, why not look even lower? This is the most attractive place for price, in my opinion. If we're seeing a spooky sell-off, we're going to have a lot of pain. This is the area I would look. Like I said, this is where I might get interested in buying again personally. I don't think we get there. One reason I don't think we get there is this reminds me so much of something that happened last cycle. And if you guys were viewers back then, back in what, 2020, we've been streaming live here 5 years. If you were viewers back then, you might remember me talking about a level back here that never got tested. I was like, I think we'll get it. I think it'll come back to here. It did not. $13.8 thousand in the last cycle after March's lows. We began to rally back to all-time highs. This was a major monthly level. Let's go down to that month, up to the month. Major level. In fact, you could have even aimed lower. You could have even said 11.6, but this was a major level. 2019's high into March's crash. We never came back to test these as support. It never bounced back to cement that resistance as support. And I get very similar vibes with this structure of monthlies. This left a lot of people waiting in the last cycle. This is kind of that obvious support that maybe we don't go back and tag. And all of that capital, all of that dry powder just gets stuck, forced to buy in higher, etc. I'm getting the same vibes. Now, is it possible we move under 50? Absolutely. Is it possible we move to 30? It is. I just am not quite there yet. I'm not there in the reasoning. If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you should watch the beginning of the stream. It's good context. Here is where, I'll say it again. Here is where I'll start looking for those lower numbers. If we get a monthly close, if this quarterly closes below 58.9, I'll start looking for those lower levels. You can see on the quarterly specifically that this upward price action never came back to test that resistance as support. If we close below 58.9, we might be looking for a deeper retracement. Or let's put it this way. Looking for a deeper retracement has more logical ground, in my opinion. Let me just do a little experiment here. man, even just from September's low, March's swing low here, or May's swing low down to the 50 whatever level, was just barely the 236. So it just barely began retracing on this length of trend. That's not that bad. It really is not as spooky as it feels. It's not. We going lower right now? Nope. Here we are, looking like crap. Perfect time for a bounce. You look like crap. Lows. Yeah, a little higher low maybe on the 1 minute. Let's go. Starting to shape up. Very slowly. Very, very slowly. All right. I'm done staring at the chart. I like reading the chat. What's up, Beena? Rules crypto. Eat the sock. I'm not even wearing socks, bro. Altcoins are pumping. Are they? What's pumping? Let me pull up CoinGecko. We almost got 1,000 viewers on the mainstream. Keep engaging. Keep smashing them buttons. Keep subscribing, liking. Let's see if we can break 1,000. 5% on the day. Top gainer in the top 100. Not really. I wouldn't really say pumping. Over the last hour, AAVE 2.8%, 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍 2.6%, BONK 2.1%. I mean, they're green. They're green. I wouldn't really say they're pumping yet. I want them to pump. 𝐂𝐴𝐽𝐽, Wing, I don't know what that is. Brainers. Yeah, even like top gainers and losers, including super centralized, super small market cap stuff. Biggest gain 29% today. I don't know. I don't know if that's pumping. Maybe we can turn to some charts that will give us a better idea. Let's go. Total 3. Where are you at? Here we go. Total 3. Definitely not pumping. Definitely not pumping. Total 3 is desperately fighting to hold its April low. So Total 3, for those who aren't familiar, is the crypto market cap. Total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is a really good chart to get a gauge on the health of alts just at the moment. Just the health of alts. 563 billion April's low here. Failing to hit a new high. We've seen the same sell-off. Today we did hit a new month low, but not a new range low. It's not great. Not great. Yeah, no pump there yet. Alts look so much worse. I trend, hopefully not a flat bottom painting, but that's what's starting to kind of appear here. This would be the bearish take. This would be alts get nuked take. Bounce from like 563 anywhere lower high. Test that support again. That third test is going to be, in my opinion, the signal that alts are in trouble. So far, this still doesn't look good, but it could be worse. Watch that April low. Watch it. Where's total? Total regular. Yikes. Look at this ugliness. On total crypto market cap on the day, today's candle sits below 1, 2, 3 moving averages crossing. The 20 crossing from above to below the 150 daily moving averages. And the 50 and the 100 doing kind of a bearish kiss there. Yikes. Yikes. The 200 moving average looks very tasty. I wouldn't be surprised to see the total crypto market cap trade to 2 trillion flat, actually. Right there at that 200. That does give us some indication or some reason to look for that same thing on Bitcoin. Though Bitcoin, at the moment, still holding up stronger than alts. Let's look back here. There we go. 200 day. Right there. 57.5. Right at our May's lows. Right there at the open daily fair value gap, we'll call it. Right here, unfilled daily candle at the range low. And I'm having trouble with the mouse. 58.250. overlaps pretty closely with the 200. If the sell-off stops here today and we just see sideways, maybe like kind of tapping the lows throughout the week, this 200 will continue up and it will likely then meet price. There's very good odds that we see a bounce if the 200 daily is tested. So maybe it looks something like this, where you tap it, bounce, and then you find out what happens after that, right? You lose the 200. You might look for a back test on the day. Just take a short if you think it's going to keep going down. We did lose the 200 weirdly last summer. Not weirdly, but we lost the 200 day last summer, basically, and we ranged sideways from August all the way until we started our rally in October. It's possible we see that again this year. Usually not quite the exact same thing, but definitely on the table. Ugh. Man, it's been 100 degrees here for like 3 days. It's finally like, I don't know, 80 something. I feel like I'm in air conditioning. There's no air conditioning in this room right now. Keeps blowing the power out, so I can't do it. All right, refreshing the chat. I got stuck in the sauce there for a little bit, but I'm back, boys. Friendly reminder, you may be on the mobile stream. Join us on the main one. We've got almost 1,000 live viewers on the main, concurrent. People are tuning in today. They're paying attention to the charts. I might stand corrected. Papi's market update did talk about a little dollar weakness. I wonder if that was a typo, but the dollar is giving us a pretty weak candle today. Currently trading at a bearish engulf after a lower high from yesterday. Lower low. That isn't that pretty. I would love to see some weakness in the dollar. Let our markets run, boys. Let them run. Commentator Occulto wants me to check out Billy. We might get to it. General anesthetic BTC chart. Okay. Yeah, let's look at ETH. I realize I commonly don't look at ETH that much. Maybe I should look at it more. Ethereum very much following the path that Bitcoin followed post ETF approval. It's like here's a round where the ETF was like, yep, we're doing it. And then price action down in a pretty tight descending channel. I'm not really worried about Ethereum. Did we ever get a solid date on when the ETF begins trading? I think it was like July 5th or something, July 2nd, something along those lines. Anybody know? Let's see. I need more monitors. You guys feel that? I just need more monitors. I have 3. I think I need like 3 more. To move crap around while I'm streaming. Unforgivable. See this monthly on Ethereum. We'll look at FBTC, don't worry. I just want to see this dollar zoomed out. You know, this is hard to ignore. On Bitcoin, our quarterly closed last quarter at the highest point it's ever closed, and now is retracing back to that previous highest close in 2021. Ethereum, though, Ethereum didn't close higher, actually almost the exact same level. Almost the exact same level. Q4 21, Q1 24. It's like 3,600, 3,700. A little bit weaker state there. You know, it's just not quite as strong. Bitcoin potentially seeking out that resistance to support flip, while Ethereum kind of just hanging out below the high. Not the end of the world, but still a difference that I'd pay attention to. Monthly. Selling off, but you're not really in danger until 3,000. That is only at this point a 10% move down for Ethereum, while possible over the next 6 days. I don't really think that's what's going to happen. Getting my compass oriented here. You know, this doesn't even look bad. This looks like more of the same, doesn't it? Like higher low, higher high. I guess you didn't get a higher high here though. Breaking the pattern. Also 3,000. There may be a pretty nice long at 3,000 for Ethereum. Okay, let me check the FBTC chart. Okay. There's some strength. There's some strength there. Not a big reaction today in the sell-off, which is kind of what I'd be looking for. Oh, I'm on the week, not the day. Here we go. Is what I'd be looking for. Still not there. That would be a really clear-cut signal of strength to me if Bitcoin is selling off and Ethereum is gaining against it. You're correct. It has gained, and it is in at least a local uptrend for now. Higher high, higher low. Need to see that continue to the upside. I don't know if it's a get super excited time. Well, one sec. Let me see. Okay. I like that. Higher high, higher low. I like the higher low right at the top of the channel. That is something we see very commonly in crypto before breakout. Link did this like in 2022 or whatever. On its way back up, it did this almost exact thing with the higher low in a channel. Or it wasn't a channel, it was a wedge. I'm just contradicting myself all day today, aren't I? I like that though. My alert 0576. Let me look at some indicators too. Yeah, just have Marketcipher be up. That's fine. Yeah, that's not looking bad, man. We are not seeing this on dollar pairs for things. I think that does imply some strength in the ETH-BTC pair, which would be logical if the ETH ETF begins trading in a week, 2 weeks. Probably makes sense to see some strength here. It's got a long way to go. Got a long way to go, Ethereum, but I think you're right. I think we are seeing the start of some strength here. It really did begin late May, just kind of continuing out. Kind of check Billy. Pickle, can you put a vote up? Let's see. Let's see if the people who say Billy actually will vote for it. High or low? Let's see what that poll do. 52% of us looking for 58K. 18% sub 50K, and then about 30% some range between. Pretty spread out. I think I kind of expected lower. That's not what I was hoping for. What we want to see here, like in this spooky range, right, as we're like going to these lows, is we want sentiment to shift to some very low number. We want sentiment to be like, we're going back to 10. We're going to 15. I don't love that we're looking for such a kind of higher low setup going on, but we are a very bullish channel and we have some very bullish viewers. So maybe that's just a symptom. Let's see. You want the Billy chart? 62 votes, 34% yes, 50 or 35% no. Keep voting. We're going to see if the Billy people are real or if they're bots. Show us what you got. 9 charts on one screen. That's how you do it. What do I think about 73.8 equals 36.9? What? 36.9. Do you mean 73.8 then to 36.9? So this? Yeah, I don't know, like that. Sure. Why stop there though? Why not this? Right? Why not that? I don't know. I don't know, man. 37, 618 right here. I can see that. All right, what else should we look at? If Billy's group wins that vote, we'll look at Billy. But if you guys vote no and no wins, we're not going to look at it. Engagement baiting. There we go. Tummy sticks. Tummy sticks. I don't even know what that means. Bazinga, Justin. A lot of interesting spam going on today. A lot of interesting spam. I think some of these bots got lost, but whatever. How am I doing today, Benjamin Cohen? Doing great. How are you doing today, my friend? I could be doing better with some green candles, but you get what you get. You know, you just can't always have green candle days. Or apparently you can't always have green candle weeks, because it's been like weeks of red. Again. 10,000 votes not to show Billy. All right, Tripline. That counts as 10,000 votes. I'm playing. I missed a lot of subscribers. Give me a sec. If you subscribed today and you made this ticker Roll over. I appreciate you. I see Melly Kayer. What's up, Melly? Thank you for subscribing. Ronald Moko Genta, Dylan Valentine, Hatton T. Alcalia, something. Appreciate you. Rahul, Zardo, Black Hog. Oh, I got Black Hog with this $5 super chat. We looked at that, the 2-month. Rio Rianto, David R. Wet Elbow. I got that one. Bong Bacha. There's a new one. Here's another one coming in. Jay and Andre. Anthony T. Heinz Feet. I appreciate you guys. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, it's time. Hit that subscribe button. Go to notifications, enable them, select all, and then maybe you'll get some notifications at some point. Keep going, though. Let me shout you out. How old have I been holding Bitcoin? How old? I got you. 8 years. 8 years. Not just holding, but a lot of holding. That's the secret, man. That is the secret. Like 90% of what I do, 95% of what I do is just holding. Can't beat it over time. I have a little play money with, and I try to get some more, kind of eke out extra gains on it, stack more sats. What's up, Mark M? Mining rigs in Texas shutting down due to heat. This will decrease hash rate, and miners will mine more. I will decrease hash rate. That's correct. Let me see where. So, interesting concept that I just like talking about. Let's take a peek at the retarget. Let's see. Let's see if miners are actually mining less. Over the course of, what has this been, 4 days, miners are mining roughly the same amount they were mining in the previous retarget. A retarget happens roughly every 2 weeks, depending on hash rate. So if miners are turning off now, there will be less competition for blocks until they turn back on. But it won't necessarily be easier. We'll have to wait for a week and 3 days to pass. If they're still off then, we are likely to see our difficulty adjustment trigger and make mining easier for the next, 2008 blocks after that. Looking at the hash rate chart, it doesn't really look like they've turned off. It looks like maybe we saw some mining turn off on the 22nd. That turned back on at some point in the 23rd as the time to retarget went up. But the time to retarget just fell down. We're not really seeing that reflected in hash rate yet. Not quite yet. Interesting thing to talk about. I don't get to randomly talk about it too often, so I jump at the thought. What's up, Crypto Call King? Crypto Call King. Subscribing. M $ Rio. Martin Levis. The Headset Hero. Emmanuel Birhanu. What's up, my friends? You found the right channel. David Miller says, show Billy. Maybe. We've got a vote out. If you guys want to see Billy, man, you got to vote. Dang, we got 271 votes. I won't lie, a lot of people voted yes. Guys, if you don't want to see Billy, whatever it is, you got to vote in that poll no. And if you want to see it, you got to vote in that poll yes. Look at this. It's still close. We'll give it like, how many viewers do we have? We'll do it to how many viewers we have. 910 viewers. Let's get 900 votes on here. Engagement baiting. Engagement baiting. We're voting yes. Keep going, bros. Keep going. Keep going. Can I have a look at Radix? Time Maverick. I haven't seen many requests, mostly because there's just all these Billies. You subscribed, Watoshi? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Any thoughts on WN2NS? M2 money stock. The M2, M2 money supply only updates once a month. So it's not my favorite chart. I do like the chart, but we won't get a new reading until July. So we should have June, maybe. No, we don't even have June. We have April. April's the last data point. That's my only gripe with M2. M2 is great. For those of you who don't know what M2 is, it's a measurement of liquid, like cash capital in the US. When it's rising, typically markets are rising. When it's falling, typically markets aren't doing too hot, but it does not ever seriously trend down. Data goes all the way back to a 1959, and it is only up, and it only will be only up, likely forever. This is really one of the only contractions of M2 supply that you can find on this chart. Likely, some of this is due to the Fed and quantitative tightening over this time period, which, as you guys know, they have relaxed. They've cut their quantitative tightening from 60 to 25 billion. I believe that was in May at the FOMC. So it is logical to see this begin to creep back up, especially if we see that quantitative easing continue and maybe even reverse, start injecting liquidity into the market. We may see this pump to new heights. What's interesting and people like to look at is to divide Bitcoin by the M2 supply. And I do like it. It's interesting. For some reason, the candle colors are switched here. That's weird. Goofy. Wow, that's very neon. Doesn't really matter, though. The problem is we just looked at M2. So how can we have candles for May and June? And the answer is we can't. We can't. These candles are likely just taking the most recent reading, which is April, at 20.87 trillion, and then dividing it by Bitcoin's price. We need that data to update. I guess they're more than a month behind. That's why this metric is really cool and should be super valuable, but it just isn't really. It isn't, only because the data then is so delayed, like 2 months. So these candles we can't even look at. We can only really look at April. And April's close was not very sexy, not very nice. Not very. The chat is wild with the spams. Well, all right. So we have 370 votes. 45 are yes for Billy. We should, Pickle, you messed that up. We should only add yes or no. 45% at 375 votes means there's like 180, 190 people voted yes. Why don't we have 190 subscribers? Where are they at? If you all subscribed, I'd look at Billy right now. What's up, Hector? Hector subscribing, my guy. Moses, Eunuch. So many good names coming in today. I'm just keeping them in suspense, honestly. Plot twist. Irrit. Oh, wow. Smash Toshi already hates every one of the Billy people. It's okay. They'll come and go, just like they always do. The market's spicy, so things are coming and going. ONDO. Take a look at ONDO. What's ONDO up to? ONDO did exactly what we said it would do, unfortunately. Last stream looked at this and said, man, it looks like you're hating out something flat. What you don't want to see is that lower high coming on in, testing that flat bottom, lower high again. ONDO has to start breaking highs. It set itself up, potentially here. It has its first higher low. I need to see this up here above 130. 130, you can come back down, whatever. But you need to have a higher high here. You've painted the higher low. Give us a higher high, and then we can retarget 150. ONDO is not the worst chart. Not the worst. Yeah, I'm still looking for $1 or like 97, 98 cents on ONDO. I think that's where the long is. That's where the play is. The FOMO is real. Well, ain't nothing real about this spamming. Lux also says, what? Sure. Whatever you say. Lux says, Tia? I haven't looked at Tia in a long time. Let's pull up Tia. I don't know, man. You say you're real, but that's what they all say. We did not get the bounce I was hoping for. Tia, you look like crap, dude. You look like garbage. Yikes. No wonder I haven't looked at this. Oof. Oof. I don't think we've looked at this chart since like April. TIA, let's see. Broke underneath 680. Weekly order block from back in 2023. On the way up, you painted very little support. The only other real support you made here was an order block we've already busted through. Low part of that, $12. Moved to all-time high. You began selling. You found a bounce at the bottom of the order block. No buyers. Sellers came in, sold lower. Here's what's pretty gnarly about it. You back tested that order block as resistance and broke your low. I would not be surprised to see $5 out of TIA. At this point, you've retraced so much of your gain. You're all the way down at the 786. $5, or maybe an entry there, but I don't like betting on this horse. I wouldn't bet on this horse. Oof. Woof. If you're trapped in a position, I think it is likely that you see $12 again. Maybe that's where you look to get out of it. Even though we've already tested it, I kind of think that's where there's liquidity again. Might look to jump out there. Could look to average down at 5. I guess my issue, though, is you lose 5 and there's just nothing. You're back to your all-time low, $1.90. You're already at your deepest retracement, your 786. You smashed through the 618. Not a lot of hopium here on that chart. Marketcipher B is giving it a little green dot on the day. Usually we see some kind of bounce. Let's see the last time. Back here, got that green dot. We saw a retracement to $12. Let's zoom in. If you're in a really bad position, you might be able to get out at like 820 more quickly. That was your previous high. Price action returning to that 825 and then rejecting could be very much what's in store. I could even see it reject into a higher low and maybe start painting a flat top there. Rising lows, flat top. And then over time making that move to 12. But this is going to be a really big resistance. If I was trapped in a position on TIA, I would look to get out at 12 personally. It's not financial advice for you. Everyone's position and situation are different, but that's how I would play it. What do I got on the alerts? Not. Let's pull up not. How many votes do we got? Almost 500 votes. Yeses are winning. It does look like we're going to look at Billy. Hey, rules are rules. Fair is fair. Not coin. We're going to go to not and AVAX, and then we'll look at the poll. We'll see if we're pulling on Billy. Not coin. We don't have a lot of history, so we couldn't do too much analysis, but not has trickled down as we kind of suspected it would to its order block on the day. There's not a lot underneath you. You lose that order block, you're looking at 0.007 cents down here at your first day of trading's high. But so far you're holding on. I think there is a play to be made at 11, or well, 1.1 cent. Bottom of this order block likely give you some kind of bounce, even if it's just back to 1.5 cents. You can see that playing out well. I need an alert there. Indicator's going to give us anything? No, we don't have any history. You don't have any history to play with. I think you see a lower high again, like zoomed in here. I think you see a lower high and then a move to that 1.1 cents. You do have some kind of bottoming signals on low time frames, but not enough. Not enough to be like, let's go back to all-time highs. Nothing like that. AVAX. Oof, AVAX stopped us out, but now reaching down. This is actually important. I'm glad we looked at this. AVAX. I know a lot of people have bags of AVAX. I know people were supporters of AVAX in here. I don't know how you are now, but AVAX is at a critical juncture. Right here, $24. This was the higher high that you painted in November before you made your robust rally into the $60 mark. But this is relatively where this entire bear market of price took place. So AVAX broke through it and is now back to that resistance, holding support here. I'll say it's 23.72. Holding support here is so very important. You could look to the bottom of that move before the breakout. You could say $20. I wouldn't have an argument against that. But for me, this support breaking is going to be a signal that is looking to explore lower prices. And the issue that comes up is, again, similar to most charts. You don't have a lot of support built. You went up very quickly. You didn't pull back. You didn't shake out buyers. You didn't trap sellers. You didn't really create support. This is it. This is all that's left. If you lose 20, you might see it return back to its lows. Got to be careful. Got to be careful with these. You see like the quarterly. We should look at everything on the quarter because it's about to close. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, this is it. This is where I feel comfortable. This is it. If it loses it, oof. Oof. I almost guaranteed AVAX is going to close a crap quarterly. But I think we're going to see that across the space. The monthly shows it very well. Expansive move up. Very little support created. Head and shoulders. Really ugly head and shoulders. We see this on IMX. We see this on other charts. Breakdown. Good news. Regardless, 3278. Just back to that horizontal support that we saw in the month for AVAX. Highly likely to see a return there, even if it's going to its lows. Likely see that shakeout. Might be able to get out of a position at 3278 if you're worried about it. But man, this monthly, the close in 6 days is going to be so freaking important. All right, I had my fun with the Billy spammers. We have 500 votes. It's at 900. But 44%, more, almost half of everyone who voted said yes. So we'll look at Billy. We'll do it. I know. I know. I'm a man of my word. We're going to pull it up. Hopefully it's on TradingView. Billy. Biller. We're not going to get a big history, I don't think. BitSmart, Polinex, both exchanges I wouldn't use. June 24th. When did this start trading? Is this it? Is this what you're talking about? The thing that went minus 100% against ETH yesterday? What? Billy Cat. What's Billy Cat? Is Billy Cat related? I thought it was a dog. This one. Billy Soul. Billy Soul on Tether. It's Billy Soul to Tether on Polinex. All right. I mean, bros, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading. There's like, this is the only analysis you can do on a chart that has this little data. Just pull a fib from the bottom price to the top price, or if this were upside down, from top price to the bottom price. Yeah, not a lot else we're going to be able to do. We can mark out our high, just under 10 cents. We can mark out our low, 0.003. We can throw our fibs on the chart and say, okay, we could look for the 0.5 to 618, which it looks like it touched yesterday, but did not actually hit the 618. I'm losing my voice again. Nasty topic on the 12. Trading sideways. Yeah, there's just like nothing you can really do with this chart. Your 618 is at 1.16 cents. There you go. That's it. That's like all we're going to be able to do here. Yeah. There you go. Congrats. We did it. You did it. You got me to look at it. There you go, Billy. I think the picture is like a cute dog. There you are. I
Look at
could.
total market cap on the 2-month. It has a gravestone doji candle. It opened and closed at same after passing 2.7T and then dropping, making it a bloody candle as it topped on a rally. What do you think?
My guy. My man. 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍. Interesting. So interesting because someone earlier, Black Hog, super chatted for something really similar. He said, Tom, the last 2-month candle closed as a gravestone doji. Where's this terminology coming from? I wonder where people are hearing this and repeating it. A major warning sign, he said. The current 2-month candle looks just as ominous. And then now we get, look at total market cap on the 2-month. Okay, I guess the first one wasn't necessarily about total. It's going to look very similar. Uglier than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 2-month actually looks better than this. Weird. Gravestone doji candle, yep. Open and close, same, passing 2.7. Yeah, yes. Then dropping, making it a bloody candle as it topped on a rally. What do I think? Well, I think that this is not good, obviously. Not a good looking candle. Bitcoin's 2-month candle, same thing. Wow. Moving lower. Moving lower. Ugh. There we go. Breaking new daily lows, guys. Are you afraid? Break into lower lows. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. So I did talk about it when he super chatted earlier. And I really have the same thing to say about total as I do to Bitcoin. Not a good candle. We have 6 days and 6 hours to go until this candle closes. I would be cautious about judging the condition or the candlestick of this 2-month until it closes. I know that's not satisfying. Here is my reasoning that I went over earlier, but I'll go over it again. My reasoning is this. 6 days, 6 hours, we have our quarterly close. In that same time period, the 2-month will also close. At the exact same time, obviously, the 1 month will close. On top of that, the weekly will close 6 days and 6 hours. Before that happens, looking at the unclosed candles, I think are going to be counterproductive to your trading. When we have these big time frames line up and overlap like this, which surprisingly doesn't happen as often as you think it would. Really, we get 2 of these days a year. We get one in June, and then we get one in December. And in between, we don't have that overlap. Okay, there'll be different time frames that do, but this is like the quadruple tumple witching, right? It happens like twice a year. We have seen moves into the end of these closes on many occasions when we have these overlaps, and they're usually surprising. Now, I would love to guarantee you guys that means we're going to rock it, we're going to close beautifully. I'd love to say that, but I can't say that. Nobody knows that. We don't know. But what I do know is that this has happened many, many times, and I'm looking forward again. Whether that means we have a bigger dump or we retrace back up, we're not far away from levels that if we close at are still pretty good. I don't know. But I wouldn't get ahead of it. I wouldn't be looking at a quarterly time frame and saying, okay, that's how it's going to close. Because think about this. If you had done the same thing last week or even the week before, you'd have had a very different picture, and that very different picture would have put you on the wrong side of the trade versus right now. So just be vigilant, be cautious, try not to jump ahead of things. I know it's hard, especially with price action like this. This is savage. This is just down to the right. This reminds me in ways of 2022, down to the right. Very little bounce, very little anything other than sideways down. It's like the sentiment crushing mode for Bitcoin. I get it. I get it. But we'll see. It's Monday. The Mondays that have opened down have not been great weeks in the last, I want to say like 8 weeks. But the Mondays that opened down have marked lows. Let me see if that still holds up. Nope, not last week. Closed up. Closed up, closed up, closed down, closed down. I can't make it. I can't actually make a statement. There's not enough correlation. Never mind. There we go. But yeah, sorry. Let me read the chat. Where's it coming from? Did like crypto banter or something like post about this? Is that why people are harping on it? Dog, this is overkill. What's overkill? Everything's overkill. That was the wrong chart. It's not able to be viewed on TradingView. Well, here's the problem is if I pull it up, then people may end up seeing it. And if they want to participate in trading, they may find the wrong one. That's why I don't like Dex tools. I don't like Dex Screener for charts because there are going to be 50 things named Billy and they might buy the wrong one. What's up, Paul Barron? Paul Barron's here. I miss you, brother. It's been a while. Good to see you in the chat. You haven't chatted in a while. We'll have to change that. Let's see. I got to refresh this. It's starting to bog down the computer. Ooh. We're in the ready dirty muck, but we're here together, boys. We got it. Buy overkill charts? I don't know what that means. You're posting it here for it? Yeah, dude, I don't want you to do that, Justin. I don't want you to do that. No. Am I real? Is this reality? A little bit. What's up, Lars? How you doing? I see you. He said, hey, Tom, comma. Crypto Crew University. That's why. Thank you, Greg Zell. I appreciate it. You can always tell, though. Okay? You can always tell when there's some channel just like parroting something. People come in, ask the exact same question. I mean, respect to you. I respect the people that hear that and then want to go to a different source and ask them what they think. I think it would be hard to argue that the 2-month candle currently is bullish, but I would argue don't jump ahead of it. Don't get ahead of the game. Marketcipher monthly has a red dot. Everything got a red dot. All of the oscillators, all of the indicators are all in the dumps. They're just in the poops. We'll make it. Wherever this ends up, we'll make it, boys. We've made it through worse. We have live streamed. Let me see. We have live streamed since right about here, all the way back here. We've seen bigger dumps. We've lived through them. Wherever we end up, we'll get through it. Okay, we're live about an hour and a half. Hour and a half. It's a spicy day. I'm trying to stay live longer. Keep everybody in a nice, calm environment. If you're panicking today, take a deep breath, relax. It's going to be all right. Don't make decisions in panic. Very rarely ends up well. Very rarely. I should bring up, guys, just so you know, and I do feel like I say this a lot, but I can always say it more. I will never DM you on any platform. I will never, even if, I don't know, you DM me, I don't know. I will never ask you for money. Don't ever send money to anyone claiming to be Tom Crown. Don't ever send them crypto. You don't need to send your crypto to me. There are lots of scammers out there pretending to be me on all different platforms, messaging the people I follow or like comments of, people in the Discord. There's so many Discord accounts pretending to be me, and they'll message you, and usually they'll ask how your trades are going. Then they'll talk about some kind of investment thing or copying my trades or whatever. Guys, no, I don't do that. None of that. It's all scams. I do everything I can to stop the scams, but I don't have the power on platforms to do anything about it, honestly. I can ban them from our platform and that's it, like from our channel. Just be aware. They're out there. They're coming for you. I wish they weren't. I wish it wasn't true. But it breaks my heart every time I hear a story that someone lost money. Because that hurts our family, hurts our viewership, hurts our community. It's bullshit. Hopefully the governments around the world will do something about it soon. We'll see. You got a DM from me on Telegram? Nope, you did not. I know you know that C-Spot, but I won't DM you on Telegram. I won't DM you on Twitter. I won't DM you on Instagram. I won't DM you on TikTok. I won't DM you on Discord. None of them. 0 of them. If you ever have a question, join our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. You can just @ me there. If you want to ask me, is that you DMing me? And I'll tell you no. But don't ever send anyone money pretending to be me. And that, honestly, that goes for all YouTubers. You'll get DMs from other accounts that are fake. They're also scamming. Don't send them money. Got to keep out for yourself. This is a very no backsies dog eat dog world in crypto. Got to look out for yourself. He won't talk to you. I won't talk to you. I'll talk to you in our Discord. But if I ever start asking you for money, red flags, bro. Honestly, if any stranger on the internet ever asks you for money, it's almost 100% guaranteed to be the same pig butchering scam. Like, there's 100%. You might as well just assume it's 100. Strangers on the internet shouldn't be asking you about money. It should be a huge red flag if you get a message about money from someone you don't know or from someone you do know that wouldn't, doesn't even ask you that. You got to protect yourselves. What's up, Midori? I see you subscribing. Thank you, my friend. We got quite a few subscribers today. 112, not bad. Probably could have been more. I didn't have much energy today. I didn't get to bring the hype. We'll bring the hype Wednesday. Jacob, you just sent me 1 Bitcoin. Sorry to hear that. You got a DM for me on OnlyFans? Again, not me, not DMing you. Fam. Take care. Just please protect your money. Please, please, please. Nothing is going to be worse than if you lose your money right before the bull run. Like, yep, someone hacked your friend's Facebook and is now pig butchering on it. Exactly. Even if it's someone you know from an account you know, if they're asking you to send them money, red flags, bro. Red flags. Even if it's from an account you know. That's why I said, even if I ask you for money, it's a scam. My accounts could be compromised at some point in the future and they could be sending out messages. Guys, do not send me money. Don't do it. I don't want your money. I have very good security though. Haven't ever, knock on wood, haven't ever been hacked on any socials. But if it comes, don't trust that shit either. Just because it comes from me. Know that it doesn't come from me. All right. We've been live an hour and a half. Bitcoin is selling off. A little bit of patching on this blood. Not quite as bloody as earlier. If you missed the beginning of this stream, we went over what I'm looking for on many different time frames, what levels exactly, prices, where I'm looking for these closes, what it means. I went through a very in-depth market update that was quick. I highly recommend you go check it out. We'll put timestamps on this stream at the end. You should join our Discord if you haven't. It's the best way to keep up with the live streams, but the community is really the value. Join it. Check out Meta Signals. Meta Signals makes phenomenal trading signals. It is a great tool for an advanced trader. I don't think if you're day one, you really want it. Links pinned to the top of the chat in the video description below. You can get a 2-week free trial. LuxAlgo as well. You can get a 1-month free trial using my link. If you sign up with any of the links in the video description below, you will get VIP access to all of our trading rooms in Discord for free. It's a pretty good deal. Hopefully you guys take me up on that. I appreciate everyone who tuned in today, everyone who subscribed. Shout out to you. Everyone who voted in the polls. 76% long-term bullish. That's what I like to see. You guys rock. We'll be back Wednesday at the latest. Keep your eyes peeled for content in between then and now. If we see price action begin to heat up again, maybe we move down to the 57 zone, I'll probably pop on live. Probably pop back on live today. Shout out to Luis Fernando for subscribing here at the end. I love you, fam. I will see you guys in the Discord. Come say hi.